And we're live, baby. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the In Your Face show. And I'm here live with my good friends, Jayel and Lynsey. Their character is called Trace Queen. Introduce yourselves.
Hey, King Daniel, how's it going? We're so glad to be here. I'm jayel. I'm the illustrator of Tracy Queen and co-founder of Aneshi Press.
I am Lynsey. I am the other co-founder of Oneshi Press, and I am the writer of Tracy Queen.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Wow, thank you. Those are awesome for
We've
Well,
done that a few
so
times. I've been jayel for a while now.
hey, I'm having fun, I'm having fun already.
Awesome.
So, okay, so where did y'all get the name Trace Queen? What's the all the buzz about Trace Queen?
Well, Tracy Queen, the character, was originally based on someone that I know really well, and I didn't want to name the character after her because that would be really obvious, but Tracy happens to be this person's middle name. So I just grabbed that and turned it into her first name.
And she's a queen,
And she's a
so
queen, clearly. And she does eventually make herself an army of cyborg clones, and she calls them her drones because her last name is Queen. So the Queen thing goes in like a whole bunch of directions. She's like the Queen Bee, and her last name is Queen, and the whole royalty thing just works for her.
Hi,
Yo,
you.
Yuki Dog, what's up?
Hi, David.
What's up, David?
So
Ah,
David is actually working on the theme song for Tracy Queen currently. If you watch our Kickstarter video, you hear the instrumental in the background. That like really cool like and then it goes into the like it's really cool. So that's the music for Tracy Queen that David is working on currently. Lyrics to come.
I like your version.
Thanks.
That sounded good.
I've been studying David's work for a while.
hey, iron sharpen iron. You got to work together, got to grow together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Seriously.
Happy Bunny, Yuki.
Happy Bunny.
Happy Bunny, Happy Bunny. What's up? What's up?
I like that greeting. It's you did it.
Well, so where did so okay? Let me ask a question. Very good question. Good question. So, how many years have y'all been doing the Trace Queen series?
That's a good question.
About 10 years ago, we met, and Lynsey already had Tracy Queen a little bit underway and asked me if I would illustrate it. And so she and I have been working together for about 10 years, but on Tracy Queen.
But we've also been working on a bunch of other stuff. So
Yeah,
hence
but
the slow
also,
roll.
Lynsey, you were working on that when I met you. So how long were you working on that for?
I don't
year?
know. I don't remember. It was about 10 years ago that I really started working on it. I think I was like sort of developing the character for a while before I really started writing. But yeah, it's been about a decade that I've been living with Tracy Queen in my head.
Rent free.
Yeah.
Well, I actually, I love the way you did it. I'm saying all the covers. I've been looking at all the covers and I'm like, wow, cool. You know what I mean? So, what kind of ideas when y'all did the covers? What was y'all going for
For the covers specifically?
specifically?
Well, honestly, the main thing for me for the covers was that I wanted to be working with female artists because it's a story about a woman, it's written by a woman, and I want to work with female artists, so or female identified artists. And so the first place that we turned for the first cover was Stevie Ray Drawn, who is an amazing digital artist who also happens to be a friend of ours, so that worked out nicely. And then for issue 2, we reached out to Tangmo Cecchini, who we had published some of her work previously in one of our anthologies. She had like a guest art spotlight. So we knew that we really liked her style, and she came up with a great cover. And this time around, actually, I think jayel, you discovered a sinuous flora.
Yeah, actually through a Facebook group. Similar, like King Daniel, we found you through a Facebook group. You had posted in some group like, oh, who wants to be on the show? And I wrote back. Same thing with Sinuous Flora, who did the cover of Tracy Queen 3. She put up commissions open and put up some samples of her work in a Facebook group, and I started talking to her, and now we're friends, you know.
Gorgeous digital
goes.
paintings.
Yeah.
So we were really excited to work with her, and this time we've also got a variant cover.
Our first time doing a variant.
Yeah, by Diana Camero, who is a Mexican artist who we have worked with on several other projects, and she came up with a really, really fun alternate cover of Tracy Queen pole dancing in a club with her armor on and her sword in her hand. It's so
pretty
cool.
Awesome. Diana is awesome.
Hey, that is awesome. I'm always up for some explicit content.
Well, then you are in the right place.
No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just saying because I heard from a little birdie, right? No, I'm joking. I heard from a little birdie that we have some little explicit kind of work. But we can't show that on live right now because how YouTube and Facebook, But but I mean, where did the explicit side of Trace Queen come from?
Well, that was me.
You could be honest. Because look, this is an in your face show where we speak what we want to say.
We're doing it.
Say what the fuck we want to do. You do what you want to do. Go ahead and say it.
So the background of me writing the character as an adult performer is the way that I like to put it when we were in mixed company, is because previous to me starting writing this book, I actually had sort of fallen into a job where I was doing reviews for adult films for a magazine in New York City. And it was like, I needed a job. I had a friend who knew a guy who was an editor at this dirty magazine, and they were looking for a reviewer. So I was like, cool, great, I'll do it. And so I ended up watching a ton of smut. And I was like, all right, well, I'm getting paid. I need the gig. So I might as well make the best of it. So I started really paying attention, and I became really curious about how that whole industry works and who the people are that make that kind of content. And this was way back in the day. This is like 2007, 2008. And instead of just remaining curious, I decided to find out. So I started writing a column. I did interviews. I started running my own online magazine where I was interviewing porn stars and writing op-eds and reviews and really getting to know how that industry works and who those people are. And it turns out it was fascinating. It was absolutely fascinating. And especially back then, people really weren't writing journalism about adult entertainment. They weren't treating it as a serious issue. So I started doing it, and it worked out really well. And I wrote about pornography professionally for about over 10 years. And during that time, the character of Tracy, who I had been kind of thinking would make a good comic book character, sort of started to melt into the work I was doing as a journalist. So awesome. Tracy Queen developed as a character who's kind of, it's kind of like my opus on all the things that I learned from all the people that I interviewed, and what I learned about the industry, and what I learned about just, regular people who interact with porn and what they think of it. So it's all put together, but the main thing that I think I learned is that people who do adult entertainment are totally, for the most part, normal people who have really interesting lives and who do something different professionally than most of us. So I tried really hard to make Tracy Queen an interesting character who finds that she really loves this career and this is what she wants to do with her life. But there's also so much more in her life and so much more going on for her. And it felt really important to write a story where her being a porn star is just a part of what she does, and there's a lot more there. So in this case, the other stuff that she does is like build a cyborg clone army and have a raccoon for a best friend, and whatever. It's a comic book. But,
Hey, look, it's more exciting just to see it. I'm having fun. Shit, I love it. You know what I mean? Shit,
that's exactly what I'm going for. I want it to
mean,
be fun.
yeah, because it's like
Nicola
this.
the
You
raccoon
know,
is a big part of the story. He is fun as
yeah,
everyone loves Nicola. Like as soon as you
yeah.
read it and you get a little bit into it, you're just like, oh damn, this raccoon is
It's kind of
Well,
a
you
it's
big
all
know,
deal.
right, you know.
well, you touched on the porn industry, and you have you have an audience there. There's an audience in every facet of entertainment out there,
Yeah, for sure.
and you can market to any place. See, you don't want to be one dimensional, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, and in marketing what you're doing, because if you're being one dimensional, you're holding yourself back, you know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
you don't and everybody wants to see the fruits of this character, you know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to see it. So why not market to every genre in the industry, in the
Right.
entertainment industry, you know?
Absolutely.
Exactly. And that's what indie creators are.
Indie
We
creators, yeah, totally.
yeah, we market to any and everybody. There's no
Every
limits,
Yeah.
And but when it comes to the big guys, they have to watch who they limit. They have to watch who they, you know, market to, because they don't want to. They have sponsors that have different things in the contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that yeah. So I
their hands
understand
are
where
tied.
we're talking about. Yeah, and like I said, I don't mind any of that stuff coming on the show. You know what I'm saying? As long
Good.
as you can speak about it and say how you feel. Because a lot of the ideas in people's minds, they're afraid to bring it out
Mhm.
Yeah.
because they're afraid of being judged. They're afraid of being hurt or being canceled or whatever. And I say, and I'm going to tell you the truth, and everybody knows me for being blunt on the show. I say, fuck them. Because at the end of the fucking day, you say what the fuck you want to say how you feel on the show, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to get in trouble because you're saying how you feel. Not, it's not about what the people outside that's not supporting you feel. It's about how you feel about what you're doing, and you having fun about what you're doing. And if you're doing what you feel you need to get out, then fuck everybody else. You know, I say it like that.
I always feel like, and I say this all the time on my live stream, I feel like if you are, I mean, no hate, no bigotry, respect everyone, right? Outside of that, if you are following those three rules and someone doesn't like what you're doing, yeah, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like if
Yes,
you were
because
doing representation or anything like that, like if you're representing something that you feel needs to be shown in media and someone's like, well, that makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, fuck you. Like,
yeah, fuck you. I mean,
right?
because
And
it's
I mean
like
that
this.
respectfully.
Yes, you have
Like
to
respectfully, go
in
fuck
this.
yourself.
Yes, in this industry, you have to have confidence, yeah, in what you're doing. Because if you don't have confidence in what you're doing, assholish people and dickheads will try to tear you apart and try to tell you what you are going to do. You know what I'm saying? Try to make you be what they want you to be.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Yeah.
if you have your own mind and you have your own way of doing things, and you know it's going to do great, and you know it's moving the way you want it to move, then why do what anybody else is telling you to do? Why don't you do it your way?
I really threw the possibility of doing what anybody else wanted me to do out the window when I started writing porn reviews.
That
So
was it.
I might as well just keep going with
Burned a lot of
it.
Exactly.
bridges
I
there,
really
but
did.
those weren't the bridges we
Exactly.
wanted, right?
But it really ended
Like,
up like making for so much good writing in the future, because I really think that the adult entertainment industry, there's so much to learn and so much to know. And I really found like an open place in the market where I could be like, hey, you want to know how this works? Nobody else is
Yeah,
telling you. Let me tell you. And it's worked out really well so far. And people really like Tracy Queen, as so far it's
yeah.
gone really
I
well.
mean,
So
yeah. I mean, look, it's not about. It's not. See, you're gonna have those people that is overly critical. You know,
mhm.
oh well, I don't think you should have put that dick on your page, or I don't think you should have put your pussy out there like that, because it's like this, like y'all genre is
Mhm.
more out there, more exposure for you, and that is what us indie comics are.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
the big guys can't do that. They
Oh
can't.
Yeah.
no, yeah.
Yeah. And
So actually,
go
oh
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
Sorry,
like,
I thought.
your comic, right? Collision of the Colossuses, right?
Uh huh.
Have you had
That's
any
such a good
kind
one.
of? Have you had to tell anyone "fuck you" in response to like what you're working on? Has anything come up where people were like, King Daniel, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, or have you met any challenges like that?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I when
fuck
I
yeah.
first got into the industry, I've had to go against my own people. And what I mean by that is my own race. And I had to tell them, look, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm still going to do it regardless. I've even had people tell me that my project, the price is too high. Well, the price of your comic book depends on the work that you put in it.
Mhm.
If it's $10 or $20, if you put that time into it, then it should be 20, $10 if you market that. You know what I'm saying?
That's up to you.
It's like if your followers are that invested in you, then they'll buy anything that you put out.
That's
Real, right? Right?
that's the
Then
idea,
they
right?
won't.
You find
Yeah.
the people that you are trying to talk to. And
Hmm.
when they hear your voice, they'll be like, "Oh, that's my thing. That, I want that." And those are your fans. And the hardest thing, honestly, is finding those right people. Like, finding them
It's
and making the connection with them. But once you
exactly,
have, those are your people. That's who you're talking to. And anyone who isn't interested, they're not who you're talking to. It's
exactly. And I'm
point.
gonna tell you the truth. And that's why I said it's a difference between fans and followers. And why I say that,
Mm,
fans will turn on you, walk away from you, spit on your name whenever you do something wrong, or say anything wrong, or say anything that's against their agenda.
right.
Followers will stand with you, walk with you, and be invested in the person that you are, and you. They won't be invest. They won't worry about your art. Your art, they're already invested in that.
Yeah.
The people that you are, they invested in it too.
Hmm.
They get to know you as well as your product.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah. Yeah.
fans don't get invested. They're on the outside looking in. They're like, okay, let me pick this up. But at least little things you do, say like if you okay walk around naked and somebody say walk around outside naked, you know what I'm saying, you're looking raggedy. They were like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, I don't want that shit. Of course, you're gonna get fans walking away from you, and you're gonna get fans overcritical, right? But the followers,
They'll pull out their cameras.
exactly, exactly, they will support you. To all those people that are free sexually and free down for you, no matter what, hippies, you know what I'm saying? It's free sexual. So if you got that type of fan base, that type of fan base, that type of follow fellowship, then take it and run with it.
Right.
Because nobody's making it in this business with fans. I
Yeah.
can guarantee you that. And
Mm,
if they are, they're a fake motherfucker. Just right along with the fan.
I feel
You know
like
what I'm
when
saying?
you say fans, you mean like people that are like into the genre, but not necessarily into you personally, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
into the genre, but they're not into you. And that's what see when you walk away from the genre, they walk away from you.
Yeah. Or even like
They
if you
don't
switch genres or
Yeah.
yeah.
exactly. They won't support anything, any of it. They'll be like, ah, fuck it,
Mhm.
uh, you
Because
know what
we
I
do all
mean?
kinds of stuff. We do stuff in different genres. Like,
Yeah.
not all of
Exactly.
our stuff is NSFW. In fact, Tracy is the only thing that we do that's not safe for work. We have a lot of projects that are not like that. And we do notice who switches over and is like, you know what? These projects are very different and I like them both. And then some people are like,
Exactly.
I can only like that
Yeah.
because that's the kind of thing I like. And if you do anything else,
Right.
I'm not looking.
Right. And see, and this is the thing too, as long as you believe in yourself, as long as you believe in your product, because ain't nobody gonna go hard for your product but you. Ain't nobody gonna fight for your product but you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
saying? Because
Yeah.
like I said, yeah, go ahead.
It's not like we're selling like, I don't know, rubber bands or something. It's not like we're just out here selling something that anybody could make. Indie creators are putting their heart and soul into what we're
Exactly.
putting out into the world. And like, if somebody finds your heart and soul and they love it, that's a connection. That's worth
They're
something.
going to buy anything you do. And that's exactly what you want. You don't
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you don't want those fans that's gonna walk away from you, that's gonna tear you down when they don't like something. You know what I'm saying? And to be
I mean,
honest with
in the
you,
meantime, you can come buy my stuff, but you can see your own way out when you're done.
exactly. I'll get
Don't
your
worry.
pockets, but I don't want you. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing they've done to you, what they just did to you. You know what I'm
We've
saying?
been
Yeah,
really
shit.
lucky though. We have some really, really loving, really loyal followers. People like our mailing list. We get people writing to us all the time, responding. We put out letters every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes more. And we get people writing back just telling us how much it means to them because we're not just always trying to sell a thing. We also realize that this is an ecosystem that we're part of, the creative ecosystem. So we're trying to
Right.
protect it and take care of it and put back and give back. We're always giving back. We're
Yeah.
always trying to keep people inspired. We're always promoting other people.
Right.
Every single mailer that we put out, we
Right.
promote a different artist.
Right.
Every
And
time. That's a
that's the
lot of people
thing.
we're promoting. You
Right.
know?
And that's what you need in the industry, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell
It's an
you, like,
ecosystem. We all need everyone to be doing that.
Yeah, and that's why shows like that
exactly.
are so great, just
Hype
like
each other.
everybody hyping each other up. Yeah.
Yeah. See, you don't have those shows out like that. You have those shows where you're just sitting there just talking. Well, I like my project is this and that and that and this, but they don't give you time to get out your heart and soul about it.
Yeah. We're not trying to have an infomercial here. We're trying to have a conversation,
Conversation and just
right?
speaking out all the shit you want to say and say what the fuck you want to say.
Like
Damn
those
it.
late night infomercials where they're just like, wow, how does this work? Tell me more. And they're like, well, have you ever been trying to open a Tupperware and your food goes everywhere? We invented a product. And like
And you break your leg somehow.
the whole thing is just talking about selling a product.
Yeah.
And it's like you're sitting there literally just watching people selling a product. Like, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to talk about why we're doing this.
We're not trying to put you to sleep.
Right.
We're trying to wake you
Right.
up.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's like this. It's like, too, if you know the history of what you're doing and you do your homework on what you're doing and you have passion about it, you know what I'm saying? You have that oh my God, that you just it's irresistible. You can't put it down type of attitude, and you just want to speak it out loud every time you're around somebody, and you want to tell somebody about it when you're around somebody. That is what is contagious to people that love what the hell you are doing.
Yeah, that's what
How
Debbie Nathan
yes,
said in the comments. Indie is all about the passion put into the work, no matter what passion may be fueled or what that passion may be fueled by. As long as it burns with that passion, it is truly indie.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I like
true
that.
that, true that. How Yuki said, how did you come up with the look and design of Trace Queen?
That's
Um, So Lynsey had some rough notions, but ultimately I knew I had to draw this a lot, right? Like a lot. So it had to be something that felt natural to me. And I wanted Tracy to be different. I did not want her to be, you know, there's like a very quintessential kind of like comic book heroine where her hip is like or her hips are like huge, but her waist is like as thin as her wrist, and her boobs are like the size of watermelons, and like she
It's
looks
not
like if
realistic.
the wind blew, she would snap her spine. You know what I mean?
It's
Nothing
not
wrong
realistic.
with that,
You want something. You want something
but I wanted Tracy to look,
bodacious.
yeah, like an athlete,
Yeah, you want
but
something.
also like someone who's like can be soft and tender and not just muscly and hard, but not just like a blow up doll either. Like I wanted to find that real person who looks like she could throw down in a fight, but could also sweep you off your feet. Like
Like,
in a nice way. So
Yeah,
I wanted
yeah.
to kind of
A
just
nice.
make this character who feels real for as fantastical as her story is. I mean, she builds an army of cyborg clones to fight, mainstream porn stars. Like, it's what? Her best friend is
Right,
a talking raccoon. It's ridiculous. But
right.
I wanted it
It's
to feel real. I wanted her
right,
to feel real. Like the world she's in is what's ridiculous, not her. You know,
right,
and I didn't want to reduce her to her erogenous zones, to her genitalia. I don't want to reduce her to the parts that you find sexy. I wanted those parts to be like, oh yeah, there's also those parts. There's also
right,
the parts you find sexy, but they are not blown up or overshadowing the parts that make her strong and
right,
kick ass. Like her
right.
fists
And that,
are just as pronounced as her nipples. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and that
yeah.
is what's important.
And I just, and I
Yeah,
just want to say, everybody got some freak in them. Everybody got some freak in them. Don't even act like you ain't got no freak in you, because you do.
yeah,
You
no,
know what
no,
I'm
not at
saying?
all.
absolutely.
It's like I want to show that this character can be sexy without only being sexy.
Right.
Right.
And that's the thing that I don't see enough of. It's like
It's
characters are either strong or sexy. And
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
well, why can't they be both? Like, what
it's
is
like
that?
Marvel. It's like Marvel and DC. They always making the skinny, sexy girls, right? But what about the big girls? What about the BBWs, the
For
thick
real.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Tracy
bodacious
has
ones? You
got
know what
some
I'm saying?
BBWs in there,
Uh-huh.
her
Yeah,
girlfriend Elle.
Yeah.
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 What
Her
about the
girlfriend that she ends up with
yeah?
is a larger
What
girl.
about yeah? What about the BBWs, man? And
Right.
to be honest with you, the way I feel about what we're doing as creators in this industry is we're giving the people something that they've never seen before.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
That's like
And
always the hunt, right? Something they've
and
never
exactly. And the fact is that not many people see. A lot of us get turned down because people don't want to invest in what we're doing
Right.
because they're so caught up on, oh, Marvel and DC, I know about them. I know about Thor and Wolverine. Yeah, because they stuff it down your fucking throat every other
Yeah,
day.
from every
There's a
angle since you were
movie. Yeah,
born.
I mean, damn, how many Batmans and Superman you gonna come out with? How
So
many
much Batman.
Thors?
I
How
mean,
many Thors?
no
I
shame.
mean,
It's cool if you like Batman,
Oh, I like Batman.
but man,
There sure is a
we
lot
don't
of it.
need more of it. Like,
yeah, like it's
there's
cool
not
if
a
you like
lack.
it, but damn, like
Yeah.
Right.
maybe like I just want to throw up because if I see another Batman, another guy playing Batman, I'm gonna holler, I'm gonna scream,
One of the
and I'm gonna
weirdest things
cry.
so far on my experience of getting older too is that like Batman used to always be older than me, but I'm pretty sure Robert Pattinson is like significantly younger than me, and I'm just like, I don't think I can handle this. Like,
Exactly,
Batman can't be younger than I
exactly,
am. He's from
exactly.
what, like
Batman, yeah, exactly. Batman used to be old and scruffy. Now
right?
Yeah.
he's
He was
young and a
Batman
playboy.
How old is the character now?
1938, I believe, is when Batman came
I think
out.
he's in his 40s or 30s. I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but somehow. But the character's been around since the 1930s, I believe.
Yeah,
And
almost
like what
100 years.
Right?
like think about it like this. Okay, the all the Supermans that they have made over the years, like I'm talking about the latest Supermans, right? I know there's one detail that they didn't put in, and one thing that I remembered in the original Superman
Underwear on the
movies.
outside.
No, not that one, not that one, not
But
that
they
one.
did that too. That's too detailed.
Yeah, I'm talking about the curl, man. The
Oh, the
curl,
S
the
curl.
trademark curl. The
Yeah,
curl,
that's
the
a good
Superman
point.
curl, they don't put it in their curl. Like, what
But
the
also
fuck?
the
This
underwear
nigga
on the
got no
outside.
straight. This nigga look like Rico Suave Superman. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Didn't
And the thing about it is, like, come on. Curl ain't
didn't
quite right Superman.
the one guy, Christopher Reeves, didn't he have a curl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the old movie. Yeah.
Yeah. But the latest Supermans don't have it. He ain't got no curl. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got no curl. He ain't got no jaws on the outside. And I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. Um, most of the indie creators, we draw stuff that is relatable to the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Especially
now,
people that they want to be talking to.
right, and think about it. Okay, you will never see a Superman out here. You ain't going to see it. A man running around, flying, super strong, out of this goddamn world, carrying Earth. Well, name one person that did it. I'll show you a baby that sings opera. Now you can't see it, right? Okay.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't know anybody who did make a cyborg clone army with a talking raccoon best friend. But that doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Maybe.
I
No,
see
actually, it couldn't
strippers.
happen. The way that
I
she
see
does it is
strippers.
complete junk science. It could never. It could
I
never
see
happen.
strippers. I see
But
strippers.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh-huh.
mean, all kinds of. The thing is, right? Adult performers and sex workers can be also badass warriors and
strong, awesome people. Yeah.
You
right?
can be
But
anything you want to be in this world
Mhm.
exactly,
if you
exactly.
believe in
And
it. You
That's the
know,
thing. We just
really,
to
don't
be
see
honest,
that in media.
the story of Tracy Queen, really, and this was actually pointed out to me by a friend the other day, is the story is that she is also an indie creator. She is an independent creator of adult content. And she's really successful at it because she loves it and she's really good at it. So people like flock to her content and she's making a ton of money.
Because
And
she's doing
that's
it differently
'cause she's doing
and
it
relating
differently.
to people.
And she's doing what she loves
right,
and putting it
right,
out there for people and people connect with
right,
it. And that's really what
exactly.
the story is about.
You'll
And
never
also,
see a web slinging spider going around slinging spider webs. You ain't gonna see it. You're gonna see this motherfucker be like, this motherfucker crazy. Run, everybody. You know, this motherfucker crazy flying around. You going this nigga running around in drawers and tighty whities. Come on, man. It's speedos. Are you serious?
I
Even
mean,
Batman do that shit. And he
if
dark
I
and
could
crazy.
fly around the city on webs that I shoot out of my wrists, I'd probably do it in my underwear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
But
not?
that's the
well, now
thing.
we know.
That's the thing. You
Like,
know
if
what
I
I'm
have that
saying?
much power, I'm not getting in real clothes. I'm staying in my underwear.
In a world today, they will never let you do it. In the world today, they ain't gonna let you do it.
I can get away
They're
with
gonna
it.
be like, arrest that motherfucker right there. You know what I mean?
Spider-Man from home, just be like crawling on the ceiling all the time, showing off.
And the media would tear you apart just because you wore your drawers outside the day. Yeah, I mean, actually being honest, you know, and
that's why you gotta get those really fancy speedos instead of just that's
and see, and yeah, that's true, that's sense. You know, I ain't wearing no speedos, but I get you. But see, this is the thing too. It's about just doing what you love to do, what makes you happy. And to be honest, I love what y'all do. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Shit, if anybody can bring this freak out and display it in a comic book, I'm all for it. Shit, we all are freaks. Ain't nobody. Everybody in the goddamn world is a freak. Some of them are just virgins. They just don't see. They don't want to bring it out to they married.
Yeah,
But
we were actually talking about that quite a bit lately. It's like everyone is weird. Everyone has all kinds of weirdness inside them. And people that are afraid of looking weird end up taking that part of themselves and shoving it in a cage and keeping that part of themselves locked up.
because
And when you keep that part of yourself locked up, it gets unhealthy.
Yeah.
because today in the world today, you got a world filled with judgmental ass fucking people, and
Yeah,
people
but
don't
you
give a
gotta not
fuck.
care about them, right?
Yeah, and they you got people that don't want to expose who they are to certain people because they feel that certain people is going to make fun of them either, bully
Yeah.
their ass, judge
Right.
them, pick
Mhm.
on them, treat
Sure.
them like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like I just be honest, I'm being myself. You be yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, a motherfucker will respect you for being your fucking self. And if you're not
Right.
yourself, that's when you will get disrespected. Because I ain't gonna sit here and talk to somebody that's being fake. I can't stand a fake person
Yeah.
because it's like this. Like if you could be fake, then you'll accept fake shit. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Fake shit, and that is, you know what I'm saying? A fake mentality, like a person that's walking around fake all the goddamn time. Like, come on. Like, who in their right mind is got time for that? We're grown motherfucking people.
And then the connections that you're gonna make with other people are not gonna be real true connections. Like, and the people, if you're interacting not from a place of like authenticity about yourself, then the connections you make are not gonna be authentic, and those people are gonna come and go a lot easier. And it's, I don't know, it's an unfulfilling way to live your life. And the thing that I really feel like,
Right.
especially with Tracy Queen and the interesting life that I've led where I've, investigated porn so deeply, like I have never felt that what I was doing was wrong. It always felt important to me. Like I think that this is important stuff that people need to talk about more if we want to have a healthier society. So I just kept talking about it. And I found that
Yeah.
people who couldn't hang or were turned off by it, they went their way and I went my way. And that's great because in the end, I'm going to end up with people in my life who I'm close to who are interested in the same things I'm interested in and who see me for who I am, which is a total dork who thinks that finding out about the sex industry is really interesting. And if you can hang with that, then we're going to have a strong relationship. And if you can't,
Hell
well,
yeah.
go find the people that you resonate with, and that's just
Hell
being yourself. That's how you find the right
hell
people.
yeah. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. And see, this is the thing too, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you take it to porn conventions, right? I can guarantee you make a fucking killing in a porn convention. I guarantee you make it great in the mall.
You know,
I've
I
been
think you'll make it great in the fucking flea market.
I've been to quite a
Be
lot of
honest,
conventions, and I
you
took you
know.
with me a few times.
that was an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, also I think you can sell it in the strip clubs too. You can sell it in the fucking if you market it the right way in the strip clubs, you can sell it there. See,
That
if you
would be
pay the owners,
right.
if you pay the owner
Don't
that
just
what
show
I'm
up.
saying. Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Anybody, see me, I'm a person that sees money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a business person that sees money in anything, money in any and everything. You know what I'm saying? You have to have that mindset because everything you got, with your project you got to see money in everything. Every facet of life, there's a way to market.
Hmm.
Every facet and a character that you got it can be marketed anywhere.
You want to show the thing?
You can.
Okay. We actually just figured out another little marketing step for Tracy Queen. We got this little, I'm going to try to zoom in, this little Lego size minifig of the character.
Don't say any company's names that we're not legally.
It is the size and shape of a character that you might get from a Lego set. There.
It's Lego
There you
compatible.
go.
Lego compatible
Yeah.
Tracy Queen.
We're really excited.
Right.
I've been wanting to have some kind of toy of Tracy for a long time, and it finally is happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's crazy too.
We got tons of little things like that up our sleeves too.
Yeah.
Yes. Tracy Queen is, I'm thinking maybe we could do a collaboration.
Oh.
I mean, maybe we could do a collaboration with my character Red Magic and Trace Queen.
Yeah. That's
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. So your comic, where can I read it? Where can we find it?
Yeah.
Or is it not?
I'll let everybody. I'll send y'all the link. You know what I'm saying? The link to the book. Book 1 is already out.
All right.
Awesome.
But the thing about it is, this show is about y'all. It's not about me. So I got to do y'all some justice and put the spotlight back on y'all. See, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to make sure y'all get y'all spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing like being on an in your face show without y'all, smiling and goofing off. It wouldn't be fun. You know what I'm saying? And it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I love it. You know what I mean? See. And that is why I built this show, because to see those smiles on your faces.
Well,
to pull that smile, to see that's money right there. That's greatness, man. That's the making of greatness. If you can make a person smile just by making them laugh, just say something and make them laugh. You got them. Laughter is good for the soul. Remember that. But anyway. So, where do you see Trace Queen in 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years, we'll probably be finishing up this series. Hopefully, we'll probably have plans for a follow-up series. We'll have done a lot of side projects and little, spin-offs and things like that. Because it also, Tracy Queen's story crosses over with Pack, one of our other comic book stories. It crosses over with a bunch of our other stories, And
yes, Ricky, I do.
I would love it to be on a Netflix original animation or something like that. Amazon, let them fight about it. Who's gonna pay us better? We'll go with them.
And see, that's
okay.
See, that's the thing too. Maybe I got an idea. Maybe because I wanted to do some work, right? And I have a thought. Maybe I can do like a big poster with a lot of indie creators' posters, right? A lot of indie creators' characters on it, right? And whoever joins in with us, we could send them the posters and stuff like that, and we can make money off of it, all of us.
Sure.
It's a cool idea.
With our characters on top on the stuff and everything we do, and we can market it to all the people that loves our work. And if you think about it, all the characters that you have, you can put it on a poster, right? And all the characters, we can all put it in our books and stuff like that, and we could that'll market it itself, right? So people who love your work, it'll be in the book of Jarhead. People who love my work, it'll be in the book of Trace Queen. You think about it. It's all about marketing each other in a way where we can all come together.
And either way, we're always doing shout outs and stuff like that. So we're always doing that kind of stuff. I mean, if we get in DMs, we'll talk for a million ideas.
Find where all these things overlap and the places that they can go together.
Yuki says, Daniel, you have a comic too?
See, everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I do. It's called Jarhead. Part 1 is out digitally because right now I'm kind of struggling with gun funds right now.
Yeah.
But I'm also working on a short series called The Collision of the Colossus, which is it's only a scene book, and it's a scene book for part 2, where part 2, like you see it in part 2 of Jarhead Revelations, part 2. But it's like it's not like it's a scene book. So if you go into book 2, you'll be able to see the whole scene. You see half of the scene, but you'll have to go to the Collision of Colossus series in order to get the whole scene. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, interesting.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
Yeah.
a spin-off, and that'll be going every series I
I love
do.
spin-offs.
That whole short book series will be going along as well. So that
Yeah.
way I'll be able to if I'm going to sell book 1, I might as just sell the short series as well because that'll get you ready. That's an appetizer for book 2 because book 2 is going to be a big novel,
Oh,
graphic novel. It's going to be a 40-page graphic novel that, you know what I'm saying?
nice.
Yeah.
What is your
Nice.
comic book about? Jarhead is about a marine slash angel slash human getting the revenge for the killing of his parents, justice for the killing of his parents, and he meets God along the way, and God teaches him how to exactly do it the right way, because he is an angel, he is the warrior, he is the God, he is God's judgment upon the wicked.
Intense.
Damn.
He's a yeah, he's trust me, I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve that I want to do, and the people is going to be floored. I'm telling you, you're going to go crazy. Watch, but Trace Queen, I need more of that sauce, baby. I need more of that sauce. Okay.
David says a live action Tracy Queen would be fire, 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 fire.
See, the reason that I want it to be live action is because the bad guy in Tracy Queen, like the big bad, is this small, gruff, like dude from like New Jersey named Dickie Doublefinger. And I think that Danny DeVito would be perfect for that role. So I'm holding out for a live action so we can actually see Danny DeVito
Even
play
if it
Dickie
was
Doublefinger.
animated, Danny DeVito could still do like the acting and the
Yeah,
voice.
true.
Yeah, actually, me and Jay is from New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm from Camden. He's from Newark, right?
I'm from New York, so
New York.
yeah.
Well, we're from the same area.
Same
Same
area.
area.
Not far.
Same area.
A
You know.
short train ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit. I'll take that train ride.
Lynsey in Brooklyn. Well, no, Lynsey was living in the Bronx when I met her.
Yeah, we met in New York and lived there together for 3 or 4 years, and that's when we started working together.
Yep.
So Tracy Queen takes place in Brooklyn, and so does Peck, our other
Yep.
series. They actually take place like in the same Brooklyn, so their paths may cross.
Yeah, they cross paths a little bit. They overlap. Two very different stories, but they do.
Danny
overlap.
DeVito would be awesome because he's a little short dude, little midget.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the whole thing. Like, Danny DeVito's a small, gruff man who swears a lot, and so is Dickie Doublefinger. I think they'd be perfect together.
Right.
Something about Danny DeVito's sense of humor. He's so good at playing like gross kind of people that you don't want to be like. You know what I mean? And Dickie Doublefinger is like such a gross character.
He's the absolute worst. Dickie Doublefinger, the character, is basically like I took every stereotype of what you think of when you think of like the gross like porn guy who's just trying to take advantage of people and like destroy everybody's morals and stuff, and just put it all into one character, and that's Dickie Doublefinger. So he has exactly the right energy for Danny DeVito, and I actually wrote Danny DeVito a letter at one point. I think I mailed it to his agent.
He might know about it. He might be sitting on it. Who knows?
That's why I keep saying every time that I have an opportunity publicly, Danny DeVito, if you're out
if
there,
you're watching King
call
Daniel's
me.
show right now, Danny DeVito,
you never be watching, you never know.
Maybe somebody who knows him is, this could happen.
You know who I want to play Jarhead in my live action film?
Ooh,
Who's that?
Have you ever seen the character called Mountain
Mountain?
on Game of Thrones?
Oh, the Mountain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a character called in wrestling WWE? What's his name? Braun Strowman.
Yes, I think.
If you look at him, he looks just like Jarhead. Same look and everything.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought they were stealing my shit, my swag, my style for Jarhead. But nah, they've been out before me. But what we could do, yeah, we can actually do a live action, live poster, and
Cool.
I look, it will be awesome because we're all getting each other out there. What's wrong with helping each other, all of us,
Right.
indie
Yeah.
indie creators to get out there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
not a problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you look at it like this, if say like one of us go to Comic Con, right? And we pull out that poster falls to the ground and they say, "Oh shit, look this poster." You know what I'm saying? They see some of our characters. I'm like, "Whoa, I want to see that character. I want to see this character." And you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
They just like unroll it and people
Yeah.
stop what they're doing, come running over. I love it.
Got some
You know what I
comments
mean?
here. Demon Nation says, "Oh yeah, we definitely need to talk." Sent a message about the campaign. Awesome,
Okay, cool.
awesome. We'll check that out.
Yeah.
Yuki says, "Oneshi Press has lots of great characters, though Catfish is my favorite." Catfish is a character I came up with when I was a kid. It's like 30, 35 years ago or something like that. I came up with this character. Catfish is one of my favorite characters.
He is neither cat nor fish.
He's just a weird little cartoon cat who is a fish.
Do we have any catfish stuff that
You
we
know,
could
I was
show?
just trying to think. I don't. Oh, you know what? The sticker. Yeah, I got a sticker of Catfish right here. Hold on, I'll show you.
Aw.
This is our Catfish holding up a big heart because he's a softie, but he is a cartoon catfish. Very silly, quite a departure from our much more serious comic books.
Yeah,
but
most
we
of our
also have
comics are
silly
serious.
comics, cartoon stuff. Like I was saying.
And that's a good way to market too.
Yeah,
That's a good way to.
people love it.
love
He
it.
Yeah.
also shows up in Tracy Queen, like he shows up everywhere.
Yeah.
Because, like,
He goes wherever he
in
wants.
Tracy Queen, he's also a cartoon character. Like they could be watching that cartoon on their TV. David says we need to tell him about the Kickstarter campaign. Oh, Danny DeVito. Yeah, we got to tweet Danny. Lamau. Make some fan art of Danny as Dickie. You'll have to say yes. Okay, that's what we're doing.
That's
I'm
a
gonna
good idea.
I'm gonna do a painting of Danny DeVito as Dickie
saying
Doublefinger,
I'm Dickie
And
fucking
then-
Doublefinger.
and then I'll tweet Danny DeVito and see if he responds.
I don't know if he has a Twitter, but there's only one way to
Oh, come
find
on!
out.
Everybody has a Twitter, right?
I don't know.
Unless he got
Some big deal celebrities are too cool for Twitter.
yeah.
It's
You never
find
know.
out. We'll find out.
one
so
time, way back in the day, when It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was like kind of new and they were doing a live tour, I actually went to see their live show in New York at the Beacon Theater. And it was a blast. And afterward, we went and hung out by the stage door to see if we could get some like signatures from the people in the show. And all the other actors, all the other actors came out and were like, "Hey, everybody," and they were like signing autographs and like being real friendly. Danny DeVito walked out and he waved, but he did not interact with anyone. He walked straight from the theater door to the tour bus, and he was followed by like a dozen women. Like, I don't know what they were doing on that tour bus, but he had all these women just following him around, including his wife at the time, Rhea Perlman. So that was pretty cool. I got to like see her live in person also, but I was like, holy shit, this guy is a high roller. Like, they're going to party on the bus. It was a special moment for me. I wish that at that time I had some Tracy Queen materials to give him. Could have like chucked them at him, but it was before I started doing Tracy Queen.
Hey, it's all about presentation. Whatever you know what I'm saying? It's all about presentation. Bring
Well,
something to the table that people will love. Trust
Danny
me, it
DeVito
works.
presents to the world as a ladies' man, apparently. I wasn't.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Yeah, he was one of my favorite characters. In Blank Man, Danny DeVito.
In what?
Blank Man.
I don't know that one.
Blank Man with Damian Wayans.
I don't know it.
You ever remember Blank Man? Oh man.
Wait,
okay,
maybe
how
I'm
about
hearing you wrong. Say it one more time.
Blank Man?
No, I don't know it. I thought maybe you said Batman and you were talking about him
No.
as the Penguin.
Nah,
No, I
he
don't know
played
it.
Penguin, but okay. I know somebody know Matilda. You
Oh
gotta
yeah,
know Matilda.
hell yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I think he
Danny
actually
DeVito.
directed
Okay,
Matilda also and produced it. Like
Danny
that was his
DeVito.
project. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you know
Not-
Blank Man?
that sounds really familiar, but I can't think
I
of
don't
what.
know.
Damon Wayans with Damon Wayans in it.
I don't know
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I
Blank Man,
vaguely
where
remember. That
Damon
was
Wayne,
like
where
in
he tore,
the 90s,
where he
right?
wore the sock around his eyes for the
Yeah.
mask.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll have to look it up.
Damon Wayans. Yeah,
Maybe
Blank
we'll watch
Man.
that tonight.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny. It came out in the '90s.
Yeah.
Came out in
Okay.
the
Yeah, I
'90s.
remember those.
Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
very aware of anything that was going on in the world in the 90s. I grew up in the middle of nowhere in the country. My entertainment was very limited when I was in the 90s.
David says, I
yeah.
remember Blank
See,
Man.
I remember Blank Man. See, the Blank Man. Yeah, everybody remembers Blank Man. Oh yeah, that
Except
was my
me.
utility belt.
I'm so ashamed.
Yeah, yeah. It was years ago, man. Like that's where I got my some of my inspiration from. Blank Man, one of my favorite.
Huh.
I remember years ago where I saw the first Batman, and that was with Penguin. You
Yeah.
know, Meteor Man. Yeah, same era as Meteor Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same era as
What was that movie he did with Arnold Schwarzenegger where they played twins?
Oh yeah,
It
right.
was like giant Arnold Schwarzenegger and small Danny DeVito. That was a very silly movie as far as I remember, but that was probably the first thing I ever saw him in.
Yeah, Blank. I'm telling you, Blank Man is so cool. Is That's an actual it's a lot of characters in that movie that is when I know y'all heard about In Living Color.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Yep.
In
Yes.
Living Color, yeah, that's
Yeah. That's when
Pete and Ivory Rains
the Wayans
produced that.
brothers were like,
Yeah.
Well, that was when they was actually starting.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I used to love that shit.
Actually, yeah, starting Damon Wayans when he was actually getting into it.
Yeah.
right.
Um I know a lot about that stuff, but so man, how many years have y'all been doing Trace Queen?
You
10
know, I
years.
think yeah, it was
10
pretty
years.
much 10 years ago. Lynsey was like, "Hey, I have this comic. I need an illustrator." And she was telling me about Tracy Queen, and I was like, "Cool. I also have a comic. I need a writer." And I was telling her about Pack, and so we were like, Lynsey was like, "Cool. I'll write Pack and Tracy Queen if you'll illustrate them both." And I was like, "Sure. That sounds easy." Um, 10 years later, I'm still
Still
trying to
working at
catch
it.
up. You know.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Comics take a
cool,
lot
cool.
of time and effort, turns out.
Yeah, I've been actually working on mines for 17 years.
Wow, yeah. Okay. He gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the criteria and a lot of the creative juices of it, came from a lot of the dreams I've had, a lot of the stories that my dad have told me,
Right.
and a lot of stuff that I've seen on TV, and a lot of stuff that I've seen outside walking around, and a lot of stuff I've seen in life. That a lot of that has been put into Jarhead, and yeah, like that's what relates to people because where I
That's
got a lot of the flack from a lot of people would say Jarhead was white. He's not white. He's actually light skinned. People never understood it, but he has kind of orange hair, but it's not orange hair.
Right, yeah.
But um, Russian, Indian, black, and Italian.
Okay.
His father is Russian and Italian, and his mom is Indian and black.
that's a good mix.
And that's how he became Russian. All those colors, all those cultures, and all those cultures are strong
Cool.
and dominating. And that's why I put those characters because I wanted it to relate to all people.
Yeah.
And that's what Trace Queen relates to all people because a lot of people. And hold up, everybody's into porn. They need to stop the bullshit. Everybody's into porn.
Yeah,
Everybody's
and I
into it.
mean,
Everybody has seen porn once in their lifetime. So they ain't need to lie. Come on. Everybody,
I was
whoever's
just gonna say
watching,
though,
whoever's not watching, has seen it. Huh?
there's some folks out there who are asexual who are not into sex, like they're just that's not their thing, you know.
Right, but they right,
But
but they've
even I even have some friends that are asexual that love Tracy Queen, that really think she's an
right,
awesome character, and
right,
they're like, "Hey, I'm not even into sex at all, but I still love
right,
this character." Quite a few
right,
actually.
Yeah.
right.
That's really
But
cool.
some
You know?
but some asexuals have seen a naked body somewhere around. They've seen their
Sure.
naked body around. So you've
Right.
seen some personal
Yeah.
porn
Or at
somewhere
least
around.
have a body, you know? Like
Half
we
a
all at
body,
least
you know what I'm
have a
saying?
body,
Of
probably.
course they've seen some sexual shit and seen like went on a porn site and they didn't even know. And it was like,
Sure.
oh shit,
We've all
watch
been
porn,
exposed to it in some
something
way
like
at
that.
some point.
Well, really,
I
like the thing
mean,
for me is that I think, you know, adult content, it really gets like shoved off to the side as like something that isn't the same as other forms of entertainment. Like it's shameful and it's taboo, so we don't talk about it and we don't think about it in the same way. But like in a lot of ways, it's just like every other form of entertainment. You know, people come up with ideas that they think their fans and their followers and their customers are going to enjoy. They put together the means to make it, and then they market it to the people who they think are going to buy it. It's a career and it's an industry, and I think it's kind of silly that we try to make it feel like it's this separate, different thing when it's an industry just like any other. And it has people who make it in an indie way, and it's got big production houses that are like, you know, the Marvel and DC
Sure.
of the porn world. And I think that it when we act like it's totally different, we make it harder for the people who are trying to make a living in that industry to actually like make a mark on the world. And we also make it more difficult for ourselves to talk about this part of ourselves that, like you said, like everybody has some sort of freak in themselves. And the
exactly.
more that we open it up so that we can talk about it and we can understand the people who are in that industry, it just, I don't know, it brings everybody to the table in an even and honest way. And I think that's just healthier for everyone. So that's like a big
Right.
part of why I wanted to write Tracy Queen, is so that even people who aren't particularly interested in pornography or in sexuality can still find something in the story that they'll find interesting. And then they can learn to relate to someone who maybe they wouldn't have thought they had anything in common with, you know? And I feel
Exactly.
like really strongly that that's important. So that's me putting my heart out there with this book and with this character.
Well, exactly. And that's what it's all about, you know what I'm saying? And you see why I made the show, where everybody is free to say anything and free to be themselves and say what the fuck you want to say. If you want to talk about some porn, talk about it. God damn it, I ain't gonna holler
Well,
at you. I ain't gonna be mad at you. Shit, you want to talk about it? You want to talk about it? Fuck
I mean, you can
it.
tell I am really passionate about this subject. Like, I think it's very important that we learn to talk about this stuff, everybody. So I'm doing it as much as I can. And I hope that I'll
Yeah.
inspire some other folks to also talk about this stuff. And I made
See.
Jael draw it for 10 years so that he could also talk about
Lynsey made me do it.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Is if you I've learned something today. That somebody can be so passionate about about sex,
it. Yeah.
passionate about
I learned about
yeah.
Blank Man today. So
Hey, we all learned about black men. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit happens. And they see. I want people to take from this today that take from this show, this episode today, that you're never too old or too young or too busy to tune into something that's sacred and something that's appropriate, to people. Anything is never whatever you want to speak about is never off limits when it comes to the show. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not about killing nobody, we good. You know, 'Cause I ain't trying to be getting in trouble for nobody crying. Anyway, you know. So tell me, tell me about, what has it done for your relationship? What has Trace Queen, has it brought y'all together more strongly, or has it, you know, what has it done for your relationship?
Huh.
You know, I mean, the whole thing, right? Like Oneshi Press, Tracy Queen, Pack, all the other stuff that we work on together. I feel like that's our baby that we're raising. It's our
Uh-huh.
we're working on it together, and it keeps us. There's been a lot that we've had to overcome in ourselves to share a vision and to let go of both of us letting go of pieces of our own ego to share something this personal.
And
And that's given us a bond that I think I don't know if I could explain to other people, you know.
and that's understandable. Along the way, it brought y'all closer to becoming to do this character,
I mean, I'll let
and he.
Lynsey answer too, because she might be like, well, I kind of, want to smother Jail with a pillow while he sleeps or something. I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself here.
No,
Hey, say what you feel.
I
Say what you feel.
no, no.
I ain't got nothing to
I agree with what he said.
Good. I'm glad.
'Cause, I mean, we live together and we work together, and if in order to do all that and create comics and books and stuff together, we have had to really, really work hard on like being able to communicate with each other and being able to spend all that time together in a enclosed space and like not want to smother each other with pillows. It has been a
say.
lot of work. But yeah, I think it definitely has brought us closer together. Like I think we finish each other's sentences kind of a suspicious amount. It's a little creepy.
We might actually have merged at some point into one person.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. But see, we just
Uh,
said I don't know at exactly the same time.
We're creepy.
Hey, it is, and see, this is the thing, you gotta display who you are, and that's whether you're creepy, whether you're who you are, whether if that's the tag you want on yourself,
I mean, I don't really
present
want
it.
the tag creepy.
Yeah, just feel open about it, and
I'll
it's
take
about
weird.
just, hey, if you're weird, you're weird. Shit,
I'm weird.
I'm weird
I
about some
can't
things.
lie
I'm
about
weird,
that.
Yeah, and that's just honest about everything. Just be who you are, and just continue to do some great work, great content, great awesomeness. What I'm saying, I love what y'all do, what y'all doing. You know, I'm very sure that we'll see a Jarhead mixed with a Trace Queen. Somewhere around in the future.
Yeah, we'll figure out how they fit together and where. And like JL said, we're also really into cross promotions. So like
Sure.
we can talk about
We would just
ways
like
to do
spin
that.
off crossovers, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get in your DMs. We'll figure it out.
Well, that's all we have for today, folks.
Back our
Y'all
Kickstarter.
know, back that
It's
Kickstarter.
live.
Also, hold on, back up, everybody, back up, rewind. Y'all got 60 seconds to say what y'all want to say to the fans that's watching the show. What's the advice y'all have for the people that's in the
Advice.
industry that's doing what y'all doing?
Industry advice. All right.
Do I get 30 seconds and you get 30 seconds?
All
Go
right.
ahead. Everybody
Split it.
get there on time.
All right. My advice is keep doing what you're doing. Don't give up. It's really hard and you may have to, drag yourself through it sometimes and you may have to take a break and go back to it, but keep doing what you're doing because the best way to get really good at it is to not give up. You just gotta write and write and write, or draw and draw and draw, or whatever the thing is that you do creatively. Don't stop doing it. The more you do it, the more people you're gonna meet who are interested in what you're doing, and the ball's gonna just get rolling, but only if you don't give up. That's my advice.
My advice, you know, kind of springboarding off of that, is to say, remember why you're doing it. You're not doing it for the goals. The goals are there to keep you able to do it. Like, oh, your goal of making X amount of money a year doing it, that's just so that you can keep doing it. You're doing it because you love it. Remember that you're doing it because you love it, and keep loving it. If you lose that love because you're so focused on your goals, you've already lost. Your goals are
Right.
meaningless if you lose your love.
Right. Awesome.
Good advice.
Well, everybody, that's all we have for you today. Ah, man, this is In Your Face Show. Peace.
Bye.
We out of here, baby. I'm trying to